The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on. It's about that time of day, let all the warriors come out and play. You tuned in to PB Smiley and Wayne Holloway. And me, my name's Santos, the Human Torch. And it's the hottest show around, it's called Blow the Whistle Sports. And today's the day, we talking sports and we came to play. Got no filter, we say what they all afraid to say. As last time we checked, football was a man's sport. So we don't let nothing fly like you ain't got a passport. We lot of fans, we attached to y'all. We talk about everything in the catalog, from football to basketball. We never had a loss. My team's so official, got stripes like the ref. That's why they call us Blow the Whistle. Big packet on go like a loaded pistol. If you got a problem with us, let us know the issue. We giving y'all the realest talk on live. Tap in with us, btwsport.com. Johnny.
Hi, and yes, welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports with my boy, comedian actor, PB Smiley.
What up? I'm drinking some coffee, man, this time.
Okay, and me, the big package.
It's black on. It's black on. Yeah.
There you go.
Look at that. That's black on.
Bam.
But it's black on.
There we go.
It's black on.
Morgan? Morgan?
Morgan Bailey. Black on.
There we go.
And I got asthma, so this is perfect. I don't got no cream in it, no sugar, and I don't need it. Thank you. Morgan Bailey. This is black on.
Well, we got some good stuff for y'all. Another interesting week in football, PB.
Yeah, man.
One in the books.
You
called it
good.
Upset weekend.
For 3 weeks I've been saying that, though. It finally happened. We might get another one this week. I don't know, but
you hoping this week?
Man, I just knew my wife was right about Dallas, and I end up.
You said you normally listen to her.
No, I did. No, I text Veronica the pick,
right,
and I said, Mia wants Dallas, and she didn't say nothing. I looked on the paper, right, it wasn't there, so I was like, man, forget it. So the next day,
she forgot about you.
Yeah. So the next day, I get a text from my niece and saying, y'all moving to Dallas? That's why I sent the text.
Wow.
They had the same area code. So
wow. And we want to apologize to everybody, but we had somebody get sick in the family, so we had to push to Thursday. We will be back next week, same time, same Morris channel.
Yeah, man. I was my sons, they brought home all kind of, Thanksgiving type of illnesses.
Flu viruses.
Man.
How old are they?
8 and 10, he'd be,
touching
all
everything,
at the table, eating gum and stuff like that.
The old gum, like
all that, man.
Juicy fruit.
Yeah, man.
Man, well, shout out to you Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Y'all did it. Y'all put hands on us. And I get to the office today and Miss Portis, she wants to point out Pittsburgh, Yeah, they put hands on Carolina. I will say it. They beat us 52-21. Unheard of. But PB said it. I wanted to ignore it. We played them 7 times. We've only won once. And the time we won, Big Ben wasn't there.
And
basically he wasn't there. He was hurting.
Right.
So there's certain teams that have certain teams' numbers. It's not a big issue to me unless we see them in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's in the AFC. We in the NFC.
What good did you take from it, though, from Carolina? What did you like?
I like that we saw a team and we got our butts kicked, which is an eye-opener.
Right.
But it was only week 10. Now we on week 11. We still got time to recover and do the thing. Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, stand up.
What I liked about I'll talk about Pittsburgh first. What I liked about Pittsburgh, I saw that coming. I saw that kind of game because they trying to prove, look, we don't need you, Le'Veon, and they proved it. It's proven they don't need him. I'm not that sold on Connor. It's just the system that they got. He's the similar type of back, so I did like that about Pittsburgh. The defense looked a little bit better. What I liked about Carolina, even though they lost, I wasn't tripping off that because I gotta give it to you, man. Okay, McCaffrey. He's pretty good.
Thank you.
He's pretty good.
Hey, that's big coming from you right there.
Oh yeah, because I was. But what confirms that he's that guy? They released Anderson, the backup.
Well, we just picked up 2 different running backs. We picked up Travis Cadet and somebody off the practice squad. I didn't go look at the name, but even people in the Cali Cat Pack on our little website, they were talking about, do we have a problem at running back? No, we don't have a problem at running back. We just want to be deep at running back just in case.
You're fine. I think the CJ was the more of the straight up running back, the smaller back. He can get the ball and get the tough yardage. They're fine with McCaffrey.
We waived him, mind you. He's not on the team anymore.
That's what I just said. If I said Anderson leaving confirms that they felt like, oh, okay, we good. Here's the thing, though.
Right.
Last year, Thursday night, you guys lost to Philadelphia in Carolina.
Right.
And you went on the road.
Smashed them this year. Smashed them.
You went on the road right after that Thursday night game, and you went to play a team in the NFC North, which was the Bears. 17-3. You lost. I don't trip off blowouts, but we have to bring up Cam's history.
All right.
Do we see Cam with another performance similar to that against Detroit Lions? I don't go by records, man.
Okay, well, Cam was younger when you saw that.
Last year. He's
older now and more mature.
Oh, man.
I think he'll be just fine, sir. I think he'll be just fine.
Well, look out on that game. That's not an easy game. It looks like it. It's not. What else? What else games, man? Monday night. We can go back from Monday to Sunday. Monday.
All right. Monday. It was what it was. The Giants,
a pretty good game.
The Giants finally stood up. It was a very good game for a Monday night.
Yeah.
Where it was a nail biter where you can have fun with,
Right.
But it was 2 teams that are playing for nothing.
Right.
Playing for nothing.
You like Mullins?
Draft picks.
The quarterback for Frisco, the rookie. You like him? Number 4, Mullins.
He's turning out to be. Will Garoppolo have a problem coming back?
But I don't think so. No, he'll be fine. CJ and Mullins, right?
But for tore ACL, they normally people play timid when they come back.
Right.
Would it be possible to say that this guy will start until they feel that he's 100% ready to go?
That's a good question. I like CJ better. I like him better. But I will say this. For you San Francisco fans, man, sky is the limit next season. I'm sorry. That team is going to be they're going to give the Rams the run for their money next year. So
I picked them this season to really look good and a little shine because Garoppolo's the real deal.
Yeah.
I have no problem with what you said. They're going to be just fine.
And I give a shout out to the Giants. Like you said, they did stand up, and I expect them to stand up the rest of the way. They won't make the playoffs, but I doubt they're going to be 3-13, 4-12.
So you think it's going to be a different look on the Giants?
Oh yeah, they're going to get some games, man. They're not going to go to playoffs. That's over. But they're going to get some games. Beckham looked like his old self. The defense, stood up.
Oh well. Moving on to another game that we might have to say the same thing. We have an emergence of them boys back in town.
Oh, the boys are back in town.
Yeah, man. They put hands on the Super Bowl champions.
Okay, now
you've been down on them for a few weeks now.
Now here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Man.
All right.
Here's the thing. Dallas is a week-to-week team. I don't care if they beat the 85 Bears. Next week they will lose to the 1-15 Cleveland Browns.
85 Bears. Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's a lot of pride out there in Dallas, though. That Dallas pride, them fans. They always want to talk about them Super Bowl rings. And you know who you guys are.
Well, what I liked about what I saw in Dallas, they got back to running the ball.
Right.
Zeke, oh, man, almost 200 combined yards. He did his thing. The offense stood up. The defense is still top 3. Dak, best game of the season. That's not saying much. I don't dislike Dak. I still
against the Super Bowl champions. You don't think that says much? I think it says volumes.
Well,
against the Super Bowl champs, they're the champs until somebody dethrones them.
I'm with that. I haven't given up on them. I'm just saying Dak you had a great game, but you haven't had a good game since last year, man. You see what I'm saying?
But and then I agree with I agree 100% with what you're saying. And then the good game. You look at the good game. 26 completions on 36 attempts, 270 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Just like you said, that workhorse in that game was off of 19 carries, 151 yards, and 1 touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott.
Now imagine if they gave him the ball as much as they usually give it to him. 30. That would have been 200 yards, man. 215. He's playing against a team this year.
Right.
This week, that he could easily get that against that Ragley defense of Atlanta. But that's still a tough game.
It's always a tough game because you got to respect Matty Ice over there. Always got to respect him. But that's another week-to-week team, too.
Yeah.
But they've been a week-to-week team for the last 4 years.
Yes.
They made it to the Super Bowl. They made it to the playoffs. And each time they were in the position to win the game, and bad coaching calls really destroyed them.
Yes, I don't know who to pick on that one. What's up in the news, though, man? We got like 2 major news stories.
News. Which one you want to talk about?
I know Donald Trump ain't in the news, so we won't talk about him.
Man, that man stay in the news.
Oh, and shout out to the victims out in the Ventura County area. What was that? With the fires. Oh,
the Southern California fires. California fires. On the news they kept saying Northern California fires.
Right.
So all those people that lost their homes and
some people lost their lives, man.
Man.
So shout out to them. Condolences go out. Pete, please be safe. It's starting to it let up these last 2 days. So now what's that news, man?
Adrian Peterson finally feels healthy. That's some news. He feels at 100%. So will that make Washington dangerous?
Yeah, but this week I don't know. That's an up in the air game.
What about Flacco and his injury?
Oh yeah, for you Baltimore fans, your coach John Harbaugh is a pretty good coach, man. He knows what he's doing. He said Flacco may go, he may not. Lamar may go, he may not.
Hey, to pick these picks, that makes it rough on us.
What's the other one though? The other quarterback. Oh, Griffin, he may go, he may not.
RG3.
Yeah, RG3, he may go, he may not. And so, yeah.
Other news, the Saints picked up Brandon Marshall. Is that a plus?
Saints picking up Brandon Marshall is a big plus. A big plus. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
When they were using him at Seattle, they was using him in Seattle the way they used him when he was Brandon Marshall.
Okay.
Saints don't need that. They need him to block, which he's a big body, 6'5",
right.
235, about 235. They need a big body. He can block. They just need him to 3rd and 6. Block, come out the backfield. Come out of the, hit a slant, 6-yard pickup. That's all they need from him. Now they keeping the defense. It has to be honest. They have to. They're the best team in the league, but they still not going to go to the Super Bowl. And I hate to say that to the Saints fans.
I'm glad somebody know it.
Oh, look, Cali Cat Pack. Look at him.
Yeah, you heard him. Cali Cat Pack, roaring riot. Stand up.
And I hate to say that, man. I want to. That's the best team, and it's they're not gonna no.
In the AFC, who's the best team? I say Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right now,
Pittsburgh
it's still
Steelers.
New England.
I say Pittsburgh.
No,
Steelers.
New England. New England went to sleep. Remember
New England look like they've been dragging their feet since the beginning of the season.
Because they waiting on the Super Bowl. Now, what did I tell you though? I told you when you was like, "What's the picks?" You was going down the picks, and you was like, "You ain't gonna say nothing." You knew what I already thought.
Yeah,
I knew Tennessee.
I laughed at him too.
I already knew Tennessee was gonna get that. New England.
You see the look on his face. I knew it.
Oh yeah,
okay.
There's certain games that I could just that game was. Look, man, we're gonna come up here to Memphis, to the Elvis Presley Nation capital. Blue suede shoes. We're gonna dance.
But a hound dog.
That's all it was. and I bet Tom Brady was playing that game like he forgot the game. He was out on the bench like 3rd and 9. Yeah, man.
But
I think we're gonna
Gronkowski
heat tonight.
Gronk always hurt.
They don't need him right now.
It's time to move on from him, though.
No, he's fine. They don't need him right now.
He always hurt.
Yeah, but he comes up, though.
You don't understand fantasy football people. Y'all feel me.
Oh, yeah, you need him for that.
You have me in your lineup like I did. Then you wake up, they talking about he's sitting on the bench.
And
0 points for that position.
Yeah,
oh my goodness!
They saving him, man. They saving old Grunt. That's a big old. They need Italian. You're big Italian, man. That's Rocky. I'm trying to tell you, they saved him for your situation.
Well, we don't need to talk about the Bengals. That's they did their thing against Cincinnati, the 51.
You mean Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Saints. Saints 50. Oh man,
they did their thing. They did their thing. You never can count out Mr. Breeze.
Breeze, in my opinion, is the MVP, hands down.
What else can you say? He's breaking all the records this season. He looks like he's 25.
Oh my God.
Breeze. Shout out to all you Saints fans. Y'all look good. Y'all look good. Carlos is a Saints fan.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah. Big time Saints fan.
Carlos, man, big up to Breeze.
22 completions on just 25 attempts. 265 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He's gonna smash that completion record, percentage record. And he's 30 touchdowns from Brett Favre. So that means he's definitely coming back next year. That's why I think he'll win next year. That'll be his swan song. He'll get it next year.
Next year?
Yeah, and he'll break Brett Favre's record and go on out the door. 40 years old with all the records.
Well, we know we got to talk about the people that gave them Rams a rough time. Them Seahawks and Rams game.
Beautiful game. I knew they weren't gonna win, but I had to do an upset pick. That I knew it wasn't gonna happen. Seattle.
Wait a minute. Yeah. You picked them, but you knew it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, that was only on one card. That's only one card.
Okay.
Because Seattle has that. They have their number. They have the Rams number. Well, I like Seattle. They the number one rushing team. They're gonna stay that way for the rest of the season. They got like 4 running backs, and all of them can start. The Rams. I think Patrick Peters. Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry, Marcus Peters, right? Yeah. The DB. I think he took it personal when the Saints smashed him and threw that 70-yarder on him the week before.
Yeah.
He played much better. But I already told you the Rams they're not gonna do that well defensively until Talib comes back. Talib is the man that watch when he returns in 2 weeks. They'll probably have the best defense anybody in the league when he returns. I just don't know how they're doing it. I'm being honest. Cooper Cup, shout out to your Rams, but Cooper, he's done for the season.
That's a big hit.
How are they doing it? How are they winning?
The Rams?
Yeah. Bro, if you look at KC offense, they smashing. And that makes sense to how they're winning. How are the Rams winning when I don't think Goff is that good? Gurley is a beast. That's it.
What you mean that's it?
Oh, who they got? They got Brandon Cooks. Who?
Brandon Cooks is a number 1 wide receiver. I don't understand
on that team.
He was a number 1 wide receiver on the Saints team. I don't understand why they got rid of him.
You can't say he ain't number 1.
Robert Woods is a number 1 wide receiver over there too.
Number 2. He was number 2 for Buffalo.
You got to understand, Cooper Kupp was bringing up number 3, sir. He wasn't number 1.
He's slick, but that name bothers me, Cooper Kupp. They're replacing Cooper Kupp with a cat that come in number 10. His name is Pharaoh Cooper. All these Coopers, the Cupps, the Pharaohs, and the... So, in your fantasy, you better get him. The man's name is Pharaoh Cooper.
Why would you tell everybody?
My bad.
That's somebody I wanted to pick up without them knowing.
Oh, my bad.
But I just wanted to point out.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, and Todd Gurley. Those 3 wide receivers right there.
Well, Todd, I like Todd.
Todd is the beast in the backfield, and he can turn into a wide receiver, is all I'm saying.
But let's talk about it since we go in there. But be honest. KC's offense is way better than theirs. Be honest, man.
It's not way better than theirs, but it's competing with theirs. It is competing with theirs big time. Way better than... You have to respect the Rams. The Rams is doing it. L.A. standing up. I mean, what can I say? I'm not a fan, but the Rams...
I was getting my Shaquille O'Neal on. No, you're right. Bro, if we go down the list, player for player, Mahomes is better than Goff. Running back. That's a wash. My man, Gurley versus...
We're just now seeing Mahomes. And he looks stellar. But Goff has improved every year. He hasn't came out the same every year.
Okay.
Goff, look, when he first came in, we see where he can be the next year. I was like, this man could be something. And right now, he's doing his thing.
Maybe I just don't like his name. I don't like that name, man. Goff.
Hey.
But come on, man. Tariq Hill. He's better than everybody on the other side of them, on the Rams. Tariq Hill.
You know what? Let's get to these games coming because we got that big game. We got that big game that we talking about right now, that KC Monday night.
Yeah.
You know, so let's get to these games. Let's get to these games. Thursday night, Green Bay, Seattle.
I'm gonna have a face for each game.
What that face mean?
Man, I gotta go with Mighty Mouse, but I think Green Bay's gonna win. Initially, I was gung ho on Seattle. Then I did some homework on my research of the games and the numerology. It looked like they gonna give it to Green Bay, but I'm hoping Seattle.
All I'm saying is, Russell Wilson. I know we're on this week's games, but you cannot overlook that man. That man is the quarterback and the player. So he's doing both. When you talk about mediocre stats, 17 completions, 26 attempts on that game he just had, 176 yards. But he still had 3 touchdowns.
Right.
That means he is doing what it takes to.
And they running the ball 40 to 45 times a game.
Well, Rashard Penny,
rookie.
Yeah, I mean,
did you see him though? That dude was slick.
I picked him up. You know,
oh, you did? Okay.
Off of 12 carries, this man got 108 yards and a touchdown.
And then look at the other cats; they still getting it too.
He was averaging 9 yards a carry.
Yeah, against a pretty. See, the overall defense of Rams is not that good, but they stuffed the run though, and he was able to do that against them.
But you know who Rashard reminds me a little of?
Who?
McCaffrey.
Okay.
So
a smaller version. Okay.
Those type of backs do good against the Rams. 12 carries, 108 yards, and a touchdown.
So he gonna get off tonight. Look for him to get off tonight. Even though Carson's back. Shout out to Mad Marv. I got a feeling that's his son. You know Chris Carson look like Mad Marv. Marv, you watching this show? Yeah, man. You know, it might be my son. You know what I'm saying?
Probably so. Marv been all over the world. So yeah.
Chris Carson.
So you're taking Seattle.
Yeah. But I got a feeling the Green Bay gonna do it.
I'm taking Seattle too, but I flipped that game. So on 2 cards, I took 2 different things.
I didn't, but I hope. But, come on, Mighty Mouse.
We got to talk about them boys again against Atlanta. Who you taking?
Last year, they smashed Dallas. They said that Mr. Dak Prescott never been hit that many times. He got sacked by one guy 6 times. Like 9 times he got sacked.
Okay.
But there was no Zeke.
Oh, he was suspended.
Yeah. They're going back to the place of the murder. And they're going to come back with Zeke.
Are you?
He going to do this all the time.
We going to see that?
That's what the old man told me. I said, who you pick, man? He about 79, be around the corner. He said, man, they got to come with it. That's what they got to feed the boy. They got to feed him.
Feed him? All right,
No, he said feed him. You got to feed him. So I asked him, how do you spell that? P-E-E-D. And he said, yeah, feed him.
Okay. Yeah. Houston at Washington. Big game.
Oh, man, they talking trash, too.
Big game.
Safety said, y'all let me go, and y'all disrespecting me. Y'all come up in here, we smashing y'all. And the fans going to be booing. Y'all still going to lose. Houston.
Woo.
Houston.
You know, I'm big on the quarterback over there in Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
I will be taking Houston, too.
And they kept quiet while the safety that let them go. Talking about, when y'all come in here, we going to do this to y'all. Y'all disrespecting me. Houston.
All right. I'm riding with you on that, Houston.
That's Washington safety that was talking. For my man that loves the Washington, you know he out of line for talking about Houston, and they on a 6-game win streak. He should have said nothing.
We got to talk about the nothing game.
What?
That's going to be big on everybody's football pools. Oakland versus Arizona.
Shout out to Oakland, Bay Area.
Raiders.
They say Raiders need like 2 more games. And they locked up the number 1 spot for next year. So ain't no way the hell they go win this game. And hold on, did you hear when they asked him? He's like, just a few games away from getting the number 1. Yeah. Gruden was like, I mean, you still play the game, man. I mean, we're going to go out there. You still play the game. I mean, when he did that, I thought, yeah, they're going to lose.
Look. I feel what you're saying, but I think there's too much pride over there in Oakland. This is a nobody game, man. This is a no.
No, this is for Josh Rosen to prove that I can have just as many victories as Sam Darnold over there in the Jets. He needs one more victory, he'll tie him. No, they winning this, man. They're going to smash Oakland. I'm
going with the Raiders.
The Baytown Funk, that's what it is.
I'm going with the Raiders.
They're going to get smashed. They don't even have nobody to play but the quarterback. They're going to have people out that damn stadium.
Stop making me feel bad about my pick. I already put the pick in.
You know that with
I'm taking the Raiders. Taking the Raiders. So, Oakland fans, hey, y'all lose. Man, I'm talking bad about y'all next week. I'm just letting y'all know. The champs are going over there to New Orleans. Philly versus New Orleans.
Possible upset, Carlos. I know that's your squad. I didn't say they're going to win. If you're looking for an upset, that's where you see it. I told you about them teams when they blow out a team, they go back. Don't. They just blew out Cincinnati. That's a perfect upset. They got embarrassed by Dallas. Perfect upset, man. And they wearing the different jerseys, too.
Carlos, okay. I hear what he's saying. All right. But I'm taking that New Orleans Saints. You know,
me too,
Carlos. I'm trying to win this money. I'm taking that New Orleans.
I'm just talking, Carlos.
I'm taking New Orleans. I'm taking them. Taking them Orleans. Well,
one more.
Two more. We got to talk about Minnesota, that Sunday night game. Minnesota versus Chi-Town.
I got to go with Minnesota. I want to go with Chicago. I like them better. But I think Trubisky's playing too good. He has to have a fall.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm putting that Minnesota in it. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Well, let's talk about that Monday night.
Biggest game, they say, in the last 20, 30 years. One of the biggest games in the NFL history.
Hey. I talked to one of my boys, Hollywood Park, Billy. How are you doing, Billy?
Oh, he picked KC.
I'm not going to lie. I split that game, too. KC, this is one of those games. It's too big to not pick it. You know, I split that game. I played two cards. I split two games. I split Green Bay, Seattle, and I split Kansas City, LA. I'm going to say take the over in that game. Thank you, Billy. Thank you. You reminded me. Take the over in that game.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Mm-mm. You think it's going to be a defensive game?
No, it just won't go over. Won't go over. Numerology, man. It's number 59. That night, numerology says 59 that night. Combined points, 59 total. It may go over 59, but it ain't going to go over 64. Listen, man. I got to take the Rams. They moved the game from Mexico. They got about 10,000 people coming that they gave tickets to because of the Rams are not better than them, but they will win this game. They have to let Patrick Mahomes look normal. Patrick Mahomes going to look terrible. Thus, they'll hand the MVP to Johnny Carson. No, to Drew Brees.
Oh man.
Yeah, they got to let him. He got to look normal. He gonna look normal.
Okay.
He gonna look normal.
This week's pick 4 before we get out of here. Take Carolina. Take Tennessee. Take the Giants. And take Houston.
And take care. No.
That's your this week's pick 4. And like always, people, like, subscribe, and share. Share us, like us, talk about us. We talk back. And we'll see you next week on Blow the Whistle.
West Coast to all the Crips.
Let's do it.
To all the Bloods. It'd be nice if we have a gang member start watching our show.
Flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on. It's about that time of day. Let all the warriors come out and play. You tuned in to PB Smiley and Wayne Holloway. And me, my name.